Hi folks, hope you're doing well. It's 17:43 p.m. on the 15th of June 2020. Okay, just a quick video. Something was on my mind earlier about I did a video earlier about the one, and what was on my mind there was about things like wedding and the marriage ceremony and the marriage, etc., etc., etc. One thing is a certainty is that I would not be keen on the idea of going the traditional route with regards to marriage. I mean, that is now all about money. It's all about how much money you spend. You spend a fortune on a cake, a fortune on a dress. You've got to buy the suit and the best man's suits and the bridesmaids' dresses and the flowers. And you've got to hire a hall for your drinky, dancey afterwards. And you pay for the church and all that. Because, of course, you've got to have flowers in the church, and often the church does that because you've got two sets of flowers, you see. You've got flowers in the church, but you've also got flowers at reception. So, you might have to pay for two lots of flowers. The church provides some. The pharmacist provides the rest. Florist. Looking pharmacist. If a pharmacist can provide flowers, that'd be Christy. Well, the pharmacist has to provide the Valium for you to take just after. Oh dear. No, there's so much stupidity about that. I did a video quite a while ago, actually, about this issue about traditions and stuff like that. And that video went into why the bride walks on a certain arm of the father on the way down, and then the groom on the way up, on the way back at the church, etc., etc. And it's laughable. It is absolutely laughable, but people are still playing that game because they think in some way that doing all that is going to help their marriage to work, which it clearly isn't. One of the most important things in a marriage is, a Christian marriage or non-Christian, is that you say to the people that gather, that you invite to the marriage that come, you are here not only to witness the joining of our marriage, but also you are here to give your word that you will support this marriage and you will do whatever you can to help this marriage to work. As friends or family or loved ones of ours, you will do that. That's going to give you a far better chance of your marriage working. People that actually have your back as a couple. People that are going to help you as a couple to do what you need to do to make your marriage work. So if you have children and you need time to spend time together away from your children as a couple, then one or two or three or four of them can each month give you time. So maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. You can go out and just have some alone time together. That's where those people come in. There's a contract between you and them that they will help you to make this marriage work. That's the point of people coming, is that they are not just witnesses. They are friends, family. They are the ones that you will need to make the marriage work. Because you will need them. You will. Yeah. And from a spiritual point of view, that is just as much the case. You will need those people to back you. And you will also need, from a spiritual point of view, I would say to people, 1 second, Riley, pick it up. He's cleaning himself. And when he cleans himself, he goes, shut up. Noisy boy. Just jump in the shower, turn the shower on, have a shower, mate. All right? So yeah, I would advise people to do the sensible route. If you're a Christian, even if you're not a Christian, if you're a Christian, go down this route. Go to the council, your local council, or whoever would do the legal side of marriage. In the UK, it'd be a council. There'd be a marriage registrar in the council. Other countries will have similar things. It'd be the your representatives, local representatives, will have something there. Go there, do that, witness, sign, job done. Right? You are now legally joined. Now, as I said in previous videos, you're not spiritually joined until you are physically joined, as in, make it love. That's when you are spiritually joined. When you're doing the whoopsie, or however you want to describe it yourself. I'm not going to go into details. I did a video doing that anyway, so you can refer yourself back to that if you want details. So that's how you've got to be spiritually joined, and you also need a blessing. So where you have your gathering as a Christian is that you will have a celebration in a church or a Christian thing. So it's like, I go to this Christian thing once a month. I know she goes to this Christian thing once a month. So therefore, we would most likely, if I was to marry this lady, we would have the spiritual blessing there. That's the way that would be done, because I don't go to a church. I certainly don't go to her church. So chances are we won't get married in her church because it's not my church. So the spiritual blessing won't be done in her church. Her church will be invited to the fellowship thing that we go to once a month. To that one where there'll be the spiritual blessing of our union. That will be done there. And those people that go to her church will be invited to that. That way, we have that spiritual blessing in a place that we both attend, where we both know people, even though she overwhelmingly knows a lot more people there than I do. So that is more like a church to her than any church has been to me, or any church I've been at. It's been like I've been to churches where I knew people, but generally speaking, I've been to churches where you cannot attend for weeks and weeks and weeks, and nobody's going to phone you up and see if you're okay. Nobody's going to phone up and check on you. So, except me, that is, because I phoned people up to check if they're okay, if I had their number, and they didn't attend for a few weeks. But there you go. So as I say, for her, that would be more the case. But yeah, that's the way to do it. And if you're a non-Christian, then still have your party afterwards. Still have your party. Still have your friends there. Have your cake, but get somebody to make a flipping cake. Make a big flipping cake. The person who's got the biggest baking tray, get them to make the cakes, right? There you go. Make a massive flipping cake, please. We pay for the ingredients. We pay for your time. Far cheaper than going to a bakery and saying, make us a huge cake for a wedding. Because as soon as you say wedding, they tax a huge amount on top of the price of the cake, because it's a wedding cake. So it's like, no. I mean, I can make a lovely sponge cake. It's just that my utensils for doing it are far too small. I just do it in a saucepan, because that's the thing I do it in. It's perfect size. But I'll need something so much bigger. I mean, I could get one of the biggest saucepans, but the saucepan has to go in the oven, so I need a massive saucepan that can go in the oven. It's doable. I could just times everything by 3. I can make the cake myself then. There you go. I'll make my own wedding cake. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do the icing, or someone else has to do that. I'll make the base of the cake. someone else can do the fancy stuff. If any fancy stuff needs to be done, yeah? Deal. There you go. Let's sorted that out. No one else has agreed to do that, but they will do. Oh, they will do. But no, just do that, and get some music. Get I don't know. Get a DJ if you want. DJs can be cheap enough, especially when now there's been a lockdown, and as soon as you open up, suddenly everyone's going to want jobs because they ain't got no money. They need to work, so they're going to be cheaper. They're not exactly in demand right now, are they? So yeah, do that. If you want to bless someone by getting the right things, then do that. It gives someone work. It means you're not therefore responsible for providing the music. You have to make it clear to the person what you want. So I know some great dance songs, but some of the dance songs are a bit dodgy with their lyrics, and I know that because I've got a whole playlist of dance music. Because when I go to a gym, it's useful to have something a bit fast paced. But some of that stuff can be a bit questionable. So just don't play anything questionable. Play some good boppy music. So everyone can get on the dance floor and try to behave like they're 18 again, even though they're clearly not. So a few people can fall over drunk and be on video. Yeah, do all that. Yeah, indeed. So have drinkies, have all that stuff. Have a little celebration of the joining of the two of you. But yeah, as I say, do the most important things in the most important way. Make sure the people coming understand the reason why they're there. They are there to bless that marriage, not just today, but on a continual basis. That's the deal they come into. By being invited and accepting, they are understanding that that's what they're coming into. They agree to bless that marriage and support it as best that they can. It doesn't mean that they carry the two people. They can't do that. Occasionally, yeah, but not all the time. So yeah, that really is the situation that I would suggest that people go about with things like marriage. So you do have the traditional stuff that a lot of people are still crazy about. They still are determined to do things that way for their own life, and okay. I would much rather the bride wears a beautiful dress that she feels beautiful in. Doesn't have to be white. I mean, most people that get married, women, aren't virgins. So white is not necessary because white's supposed to signify virginity. If the lady isn't a virgin, then why are you worried about white? Don't worry about that. Wear something that makes you think, wow, I look marvellous in this. This is fantastic. I love this dress. Wear that. Wear that. Wear something that makes you feel phenomenal, because the whole point is, if you're married to the person that God has for you, your life from now on should be phenomenal. It shouldn't be stressful because you've got to organise your marriage and you've got to find the perfect dress, you've got to find the perfect bridesmaids dresses, you've got to organise the look, and you've got to make sure that nobody else comes dressed similar to the colour that you've chosen. Oh God, no. Jesus Christ, none of that crap. And yeah, I say Yeshua, I don't say Jesus. But Jesus means Saviour, so Saviour, Christ. Well, save us, Christ, from all that rubbish. Please. Don't want to go down that road. I don't want the person I'm going to marry to have to stress about that. It's not right. And it's not a day about her. as a lot of women seem to think it is. Oh, it's about me. No, it isn't. You get married. It's about you as a couple becoming one. That's what it's about. And if you think it's all about you, then perhaps you're not ready to get married. Because at the moment, you're still focusing on you. If you love that person, you'd be focusing on them, not you. But I don't want whoever it is I'm going to marry, be it this lady or someone else, to be stressing about that stuff, because it's not a good thing to stress about. Really, really isn't. It can take over weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. It can make the whole day awful. So it's like, no. Let's just have it enjoyable, something that's going to be fun, something that's not going to be stressful. So you don't have to worry about, like, if you hire a DJ doesn't turn up, sort something out. Yeah? Get some speakers. I've got some speakers, I've got an amplifier, I've got a computer. There you go. Take the computer, amplifier, speakers, whack it up. There you go. That'll do. I've got playlists, so there you go. Don't stress. It doesn't have to be something stressful. It doesn't have to be something that makes, that puts you to testing you. Yeah, yes, of course. At some point, I'd like to see how she does under stress. But I don't need to see that on the weeks leading up to the marriage or the marriage day itself. I'm quite happy trusting that if God means for me and her to be together as one, then she's made for me and she's perfect for me. That she is strong in the areas that I'm weak, vice versa. Somehow I'm strong in the areas that she's weak. How, I do not know. But that's what I've got to have faith in, so I don't need to see how she copes with extreme stress beforehand. If I love her, I don't want her to go through any of that. So it's like, no, let's make it a wonderful day. For us both. Do the legal stuff and then have fun. Have the marriage blessed and then focus now on, there you go. When they're married, let's get on with it. Let's get on with the marriage. Let's now be together. Do things together. Bring out the best in each other, which I think is also the whole point of you get married to someone that God has for you. You'll be bringing the best out in each other. So get on with it. Start doing that. Which is why, I'm getting impatient now on it. I don't want to push anything. I don't want to get married too quickly, anything like that. It's not that. It's just a case where, the sooner I know, the better. If it's not this lady, then that's cool. That's great. Not a problem at all. I can move forwards. That's fine. But if it is, then I want to get to know her. Right, there you go. I'll leave you to it. I'll speak to you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.